Welcome home to USA Global TV and Radio. Ours is a place where dreams take flight, voices are heard, and stories are shared. This is where cultures meet, connections are formed, and ideas are transformed into action. This is your destination for authentic storytelling, diverse perspectives, and meaningful conversations. We're where global stories unite and bridges are built beyond all borders. Discover our world of education, entertainment, hope, and inspiration. Together, we're building bridges worldwide. Subscribe to our USA Global TV channel and download our USA Global TV app. Be our guest or join our team. Visit usaglobaltv.com. With heartfelt thanks to our executive producer, Dr. Jacalyn KERBECK, music scored by Yifei Tang from Cloud Road Music, creative direction by Paul Garcia, and I'm Al Cini, and I'm very proud to be part of the USA Global TV and Radio family. So join us here at USA Global TV and Radio. Make us your home for global connection. All rights reserved. This video and its contents are the exclusive property of USA Global TV and Radio. Unauthorized use, duplication, or redistribution in any form is strictly prohibited. Thank you for being a part of our global community. Let's inspire together.
Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. I'm Dr. Jacalyn KERBECK, and welcome to another episode of What You Were Never Taught in School here on USA Global TV and Radio. If you're joining us for the first time, thank you so much. We've got over 60 different programs. We're in 3 different languages, and we're truly grateful for all of you out there who have been following us and subscribing and being engaged in our community. So this topic today is why people confuse busy with productive. It's really a game changer. And many of us have said these similar statements, something like, I wish I could, but I'm so busy. I can't really talk right now because I'm so busy. I'd like to get together, but I'm so busy. And as soon as I hear the word busy, I think filler words like, and the, you know what they are. To me, busy is a non-word. It doesn't give any information. And yet we use the word all the time. And so many people feel like they're not getting anything accomplished. So busy doesn't necessarily equate to productive. We can spend a lot of time doing busy work, meaning that we're not actually getting anything accomplished. If we actually wrote down a entire list of things that we had on our objective to accomplish, we might not get them done because we're distracted. And so now we're catching up to try to get some of these things done because we've been so busy. So I want you to think about when you've used the word busy, how you've used it, and whether or not that coincides with you being productive. When I say productive, I mean getting results, getting things accomplished. It doesn't matter whether it's personal, professional, whether it's at your home, whether it's at the office, whether it's at your religious organization. We have things that we want to get accomplished, but yet we're so busy that we can't get them done. So the focus of this conversation is to help us recognize how time, attention, and decision-making determine meaningful outcomes. So I've introduced this about being busy. Okay, being busy is about movement. Okay, I'm busy doing this, I'm busy doing that. But productivity is about results. So let's talk about some of the things that we're busy doing. That doesn't mean that we're actually being productive. The first thing is reading emails. Okay, we all get emails and we'll be like, I'm so busy. I've got 40, 50, 100 emails. And your point is what? What are you doing? You're just scrolling through emails. I've been so busy attending meetings all day. I remember when I was in corporate, and this is not a dig to anyone I worked for, but there were a lot of meetings and it was a lot of busy work. You know, what we can say, well, today we had 8 meetings. Great. Well, what did you actually accomplish? So we can attend things, we can be part of things, and that doesn't mean we're actually getting anything done. It can even be in a relationship. We can use this as an excuse. You know what? I'd really like to work things out with you, but I'm so busy doing other things, meaning that the relationship isn't that important. So I'm not going to put the time in it. And instead, I'm going to keep myself preoccupied doing other things. It's very easy to fall into this. And I'll give another example. So, for any of you who know, I work out, an exercise psycho, really. I love to work out, and it's a big part of my life. I will go to the gym, and it's no judgment. I see people just walking around, they're not actually doing anything. The other thing is, you can see people, for example, at a gym where they're having conversations. Maybe they're sitting in the lobby chatting. And again, there's no judgment, but they may go home and say, you know what, I would have come home earlier, but I've been so busy at the gym, trying to convey the idea that they're working on their health, when meanwhile, they really just didn't want to come home. And that's just one example. So I'd like us to really think about how we can be productive. And an example, okay, I'm on a television show right now. This is live. There's so much going on that I want to bring this up. How many times will you see someone post something on your social media platform that is negative? It happens all the time. I get it sometimes when I'm broadcasting, and I give the person grace, but I think to myself, do you have anything more important to do with your time than put a negative comment? Clearly not, because they're so busy. When you're really productive, when you're a results oriented person, when you want to get things done, you don't have time for things like that. You don't have time for drama. You have time to get things done. So I prioritize my health, as I mentioned, and that's not always been the case, but I'll be 63 at the end of this month. And so I put my health first. That means I don't consume any kind of caffeine. It's been over 10 years. I don't drink alcohol. I don't eat sugar. I don't stay up late. I don't go out. I mean, I could go on and on of the things that I don't do, but I'd rather share with you what I do. I get things done. I run two businesses. I'm doing production of TV shows, hosting of TV shows. I work out 5 days a week. I wear a 10-pound weighted vest. What is the point? That I think I'm so great? No, the point is I have a purpose. I have yellow legal pads that I write things down so I can get things done. And at the same time, I give back. I've started my own charity. I'm on the board of the Crohn's Colitis Foundation. I'm doing the Take Steps Walk. I'm writing 3 books. And people will say to me, how do you get so much done? Because I am a results-oriented person. So again, there is no judgment in what I'm saying to you today. What I'm sharing with you is, if you feel that you are trapped in the I'm so busy bucket and you're not getting things done, think about, what is it you're busy doing? Many times when we don't want to deal with something, the first thing we do is we start complaining. We start complaining about everything. Look at what's going on in the world today. There are people who have it worse than you. There are people who have it worse than me. There are people literally staying alive so they can find water. There are people staying alive so they can protect their family members. Okay. So in this country, in the United States of America, there are many of us who don't have to deal with those types of things. So what is it that you're so busy doing? I could see if you had to walk 3 miles with a bucket on your head so that you could get water. Yeah, but guess what? At the end, hopefully you're getting the water and then you're coming back. That was productive. But we get so entrenched with the idea of our ego telling us that, oh, if I'm busier than her, if I'm busier than him, then I'm accomplishing something. No, you're actually not. And what ends up happening is you start to get frustrated because you look around at your life and it's not where you want it to be. So I love social media. We're streaming on social media right now. Social media has its time and its place. If you're using it for education and awareness, that's terrific. If you're sitting idly just scrolling through, what are you accomplishing? Now, I've seen this many times. You see people sitting together. Maybe it's for a meal. Maybe it's in a public space. They're together. They came together, but no one is talking to each other. They're on their devices, scrolling. Okay, what are you accomplishing? You're basically hiding in the device. And think about it. You might not like that word. You're basically taking your time and energy and putting it into your phone, into whatever your device is, so that you don't have to be present. When do we do this? We do this when we don't feel good about ourselves. We do this when we're living in a state of fear. And I mentioned, and this is not a political show, but there's a lot of stuff going on in the world right now. And a lot of it feels scary because we have no control over it. But what do we have control over? We have control over the choices we make in our life. Every single day that we wake up, we have the ability to make choices. So if your choices, and again, no judgment, are not getting you the warm and fuzzies, the inner peace that you really want, start to look at what is it that you can do to change this. First of all, I'd like to suggest this: eliminate, cross out, get rid of the word busy. It no longer exists. It's a 4-letter word. Bye. Goodbye to busy. Write it on your hand, throw it out the door, erase it, whatever you have to do. And think about, how will I be productive today? You wake up, what is it I will accomplish today? Now, let's say you are in a chapter of your life. Maybe you're retired. Maybe you are blessed that you don't have to work. Okay, good for you. I'm sure there are still things you'd like to accomplish during the day because our time on this planet is limited. So what is it that brings you joy? What is it that will bring you peace? I want you to start to have a mindset shift where this is what you're thinking about. There are horrible things going on in the world that we cannot control, but we can control how we show up. So if your showing up means that you decide to go on social media and post a lot of hate, what is that accomplishing? Nothing. Do you really feel good about yourself afterwards? No, because you can't control it. And you've just identified yourself to the rest of the world that you are a hater. Is that what you want? Maybe, I don't know. My job is not to lecture. My job is to educate. Education and awareness. Okay, so we talked about the fact that busy is a 4-letter word. We're done with it. When we think about getting tasks done, sometimes it can feel trite and trivial. Whereas when we're really being productive, we feel like we're making an impact. So let's just get it out in the open that we all have tasks that we have to get done. Okay, we have things that seem like the minutia that we still have to do, but that's part of life. Okay, so let's just accept that. Excuse me. So what are some of these things that are tasks? You've got to answer emails. Okay, guess what the great news is? With the invention and innovation and adaptation of AI, you can use AI for some of these things. You have to read what it writes before you send anything out. You can actually go to a meeting, but not make a decision. Okay, so maybe the meeting is the task-related thing, and as a result, you feel all this pressure that you have to decide something. Well, if you do make a decision, that's actually productive. If you're just doing it because you have to do it and it's mindless, that comes back to being a task. So productivity is really measured by progressing towards meaningful outcomes. Now, I've talked before in our last episode about the difference between standards and goals. So I'm not going to go into that today, but you can go over to our YouTube channels, which I'll share later, and you can actually watch that episode. So modern culture is basically changed since when I started working. Okay, as I mentioned, I'll be 63. I was in corporate until 2020, and I sold reward and recognition programs for probably 28 years. And I still believe in the reward system because I feel like when we work towards something and we actually accomplish it, we can look at whatever it was that we accomplished and we can say, I remembered what I did to get there. I remembered what I sacrificed. I remembered what it took. And that's a feeling of honor. And that to me comes from a place of love. So when we're looking at technology, for example, technology has changed our lives in so many ways if we've embraced it. In some cases, we don't, and it's just there anyway. But technology's also made it Very easy for us to get completely entrenched in things that are keeping us from being productive. So if you want to go on social media, if you're watching right now, you're actually getting education, you're getting knowledge. So this is not busy work. Okay. But if you are scrolling for hours at a time, even 15, 20 minutes, and you got a person next to you who wants to have a conversation with you, what is it that's keeping you from having that conversation? And the thing that you think that's so important there on Instagram, for example, or TikTok or any of these platforms, it's still going to be there. It's going to be there till whenever. Facebook takes things down after 30 days, but these other platforms, the content stays out there as far as I'm aware. So my focus is on you becoming more productive, you feeling better about yourself, you finding inner peace. Now, with all the drama that's going on in the world, it's very easy to get into a place where you feel paralyzed by fear and you're not getting anything done. So what can you do to be productive? Do not watch television. Do not watch it. I have no cable service whatsoever. I only have streaming platforms like this where we can pick and choose what it is that we want to watch. So once you know that you have control over what you're watching, you can determine how long will you watch, what platforms are you watching, and for what reason. But if you are watching network news, if you're watching mainstream media, they are skewing their stories. Look at the late night talk shows. You can figure out who's on what point and who's on a different point very easily. So don't watch it. Come up with your own decisions. Use the time for what you want that's going to bring you joy. Now, I know what some of you are saying. You like to watch TV. You like that mindlessness, maybe sitting on the couch on a Sunday and just watching whatever it is. Okay, but on Monday, do you feel good if someone told you that this is your last Monday on the earth and so you spend Sunday doing nothing productive? Do you feel good about that? I don't know. That's what I asked myself. If this were the last day on earth, am I pleased? Am I at peace with how I'm spending my time? Because we get a choice. That's what I keep emphasizing to you. We get a choice of how we spend our time. Knowing that we have certain things that are tasks that we have to get done, we then have how much time out of 24 hours a day, 23 hours, 22 hours, we get to decide what are we doing with that time. And in that process, you may start to realize there are things that you can now accomplish that you never thought you'd have time for before. How many times have you heard someone say, I didn't know I could do that? I never thought I could accomplish anything like this. And then the person does it because they prioritized it. They said to themselves, you know what? I am definitely going to make sure that this happens. So productivity requires prioritization, as I mentioned, and discipline. Discipline and structure. And by the way, this is something that I have been picked on by people. They'll say, you're so rigid, you're so structured. Well, look how much I've gotten accomplished. I'm running 2 businesses. I've written 27 books, keynote speeches, and I'm not using that from an ego place. I'm just saying to you, I get things done because I make them a priority. If it's not a priority, even in your personal life, if your relationship is not a priority, it does not get your focus and it might not succeed. So you, again, the great news is you get to decide, what are you going to prioritize? Who are you going to prioritize? Here are some questions I'd like you to ask yourself. What work am I actually doing today, whether it's personal or professional, that is moving me towards my goals or moving my goals forward or helping me set standards? What is it I could eliminate from my life without changing any results? And where am I confusing my effort with progress? So I'll give you 2 examples. I mentioned about fitness, working out all the time. Maybe this is you, or maybe it's someone you know. The person has been working out for years and they've seen no change. They're not thinner, they're not leaner, they're not stronger, they don't have more muscle tone. They're exactly the same. Why? because they didn't change anything. They went to the gym, or maybe they're working out at home, but they're not actually upping their game. They're not actually creating a standard that every day I will do 1% more. Every day I will give 1% more. They're just showing up. They're just almost like in a daze, just doing the same thing over and over again. Now let's go to the corporate world. We used to look at, when I was in corporate, we used to look at A performers, B performers, and C performers. So the A-level performers were the ones who were always earning the trips. They were always earning President's Club, Circle of Leadership, etc. And then the B players is the majority of the people. So it's between 60 and 80% of the people. And then the C level people are people who are barely have a pulse. They show up at work, they're just collecting a paycheck. Okay, so we never designed any reward and recognition programs towards the C level. But those people at the C level are human beings, okay? They're human beings. They're just showing up. They're just existing. They're doing the absolute minimum that they need to do so they don't get fired and they can still have a paycheck. This is not a great way to live your life because you're not feeling productive. So to me, productivity and achieving results can equate to getting a reward. And to me, the reward is peace of mind. Peace of mind. Think about how many people across the world do not have peace of mind. Whether it's because of their government, it's because of their religion, it's because of the family they were born into, we could go on and on. They do not have peace. But many of us have the option to choose peace, and yet we don't choose it. We choose to just exist. I equate it to a zombie, someone who's just a zombie going through their life, and they're not actually aware of how unfulfilled they are. But at the end of the day, they may tell you, I got so much done. I woke up, brilliant. I got ready for work. I drove to work. I sat at my desk. I answered calls. I answered emails. I went to meetings. I came home. Is that the quality of life that you're looking for? Is that productivity? I'll leave that up to you. Is that results? Is that, oh my gosh, I get to live this life? Not I have to live it, but I get to live this life and I am thrilled about it. Where are you when it comes to that? The choice of, am I really feeling fulfilled with my life? Am I excited to wake up and go do whatever it is that I am going to do? If not, my friends, it is time for you to make a change because no one is coming to fix it for you. No one is coming to wave a magic wand and make all of your problems and concerns go away. In this life, we all experience challenges. How can you take those challenges and make them into an opportunity? I get to do this. I get to stand before you today. I am standing on a rug that is covering concrete. My feet are basically numb at this point. This is my second show in a row. I am sweating. I am tired and I need something to drink because my mouth is dry. That's reality. But guess what? I get to be here and share my time with you. That to me is exciting. It is exciting that there are people watching from all over the world, and maybe one of you will actually take what I'm saying, embrace it, and incorporate it into your life. Why? Because again, my role is to share with you how you can find inner peace in your life. If you find yourself again going to the dark side, being negative, if you're putting negative comments on this show, why? And by the way, there's a number of positive comments. I really appreciate that. Why are you spending your time with negativity when you have a choice? Somebody else would switch places with you in a minute. We always think we have it the worst. And I promise you, whatever your situation is, there is somebody who has it worse than you. So take this time, take the 24 hours you have in a day and take it and be productive. Get something done. Find out what is your passion, what is your dream, what is your joy. And instead of leaning into the world's falling apart, the world is falling apart so many times if we go back in history. If we had our parents, our grandparents, their et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, back to the caveman days, there have always been something that was disrupting our peace. And it will continue because that's how life is. It would be nice to think that our world will always be peaceful. That's what I'm about, inner peace going to world peace. But it takes each and every one of us to find our own peace. Why? Because the people making the decisions across the world, they might not be at peace. The entities, the government organizations, the lack of communication, the lack of respect, the lack of listening, it all channels into the same thing: drama, chaos. So it starts with each and every one of us. If you don't think that's true, you have some lessons to learn, my friends. You absolutely have lessons to learn because you are playing a role in your own circle of your life. And if you are showing up in a negative way, that's going to impact your entire circle. So choose positivity, choose productivity. Take the word busy. It's a 4-letter word. Throw it out the window and start looking at, how can I be productive? How can I stop hiding in my devices, in the network news, in politics? Okay. I heard from somebody, they were so upset about the political climates that they can't function. Okay. Think about that. They cannot function. Why? Because they're so upset that their political views are not the ones that are moving forward. So my question is, what are you doing to help them move forward? What do you mean? What could I do? What could you do? First of all, stop complaining and take action. Take action. Write to someone. Go to websites. Look up information. Who can you contact? How can you get involved? And here's another one. So I mentioned to you, I'm on the board of the Crohn's Colitis Foundation. I've had ulcerative colitis for 35 years. 35 years. I have had people say, you know what? I've been punished with this. Why did God give me this disease? Why is this happening to me? I don't have the answers, but I know for me, instead of looking at why is this happening to me, how can I get involved? Who can I help? Let me run a support group. Let me give people my email address so they can contact me, and I'll be the person that listens when they have no one in their darkest times. Let me raise money so that the money can go to research and development. You can always take things and turn them around and be proactive. And so today I'm speaking to those of you who are already positive. You already are grateful. You already have affirmations. You already meditate. You are in a place of peace. Keep going. Keep going and spread the joy. If your life enables you to touch one other life, what an incredible accomplishment. I've had people say to me after I've given speeches on various topics, you saved my life. You helped me more than you know. That's priceless. There's no paycheck. There's no material item that can ever replace that. And you, my friends, have the same choice. You have the choice of helping others, but it starts with you. It starts with you. Turn off the network televisions and look for how you can find peace in your life. If your life is like you're just cruising through, you're going to go right into a wall. You're going to hit a brick wall because you're not paying attention. Wake up and make positive choices. Find the joy in life. Look around you. Okay, wherever it is that you are, whatever it is you're going through, there's got to be something that can bring you joy, like you're breathing. You can think, you can hear, you can see. Many people can't. No one can take your spirit. They can try to break you. They can try to manipulate you, but you have that spirit, that joy for life, that willingness to keep going. Now, for my friends who are not quite on the same page, it's okay. There's no judgment. Maybe life has beaten you down. Maybe every time you turn around, something seems to not be going your way. And you've just had it. And on top of it, you have health issues, you have financial issues, you have relationship issues, and you just are one step away from giving up. Guess what? You can change all that. You can. I've had it myself. I told you I have ulcerative colitis. And again, sorry, not sorry for sharing this with you, but imagine a person, glamorous the way I'm here, in a diaper, crawling across a floor, trying to get to a bathroom 50 times a day. That's what I've been dealing with for 35 years. Thank God I'm in remission for the last year, only because I made choices to change what I was doing. The doctor said, oh, we have to put you on biologics. We might have to do surgery. All these things that I said, no, I'm not doing it. They're like, well, your disease is going to progressing. I said, no, I don't think so. I'm going to change my lifestyle. And so I've changed my lifestyle. And people will say, but you're so boring. You won't eat this. You don't drink. You don't do drugs. Guess what? I'm healthy. I choose my health. You can do whatever you're doing. We probably won't hang out. And that's okay, because maybe our time came to an end and now you're meant to go in one direction and I'm meant to go in another. But so, my friends, whatever life has dealt you, whatever hand of cards, whatever situation, you can change it. Take your time and think about, what is it that brings you joy? And how can you get one step closer, inch by inch by inch? Who can help you? What can you let go of? What can you eliminate? What are you telling yourself that no longer serves you? When we're down and out, typically we will just be so depressed or heartbroken, or we have no drive or no energy, and we want something miraculous to come along and help us. But yet we're so angry, we're so mad, we're just so filled with hatred. It's not the answer. The answer is gratitude. The answer is appreciation. The answer is helping someone else. And I've said this to someone, and the person said to me, why would I help anyone else? I need help. Help someone else and help will come your way. It's karma. That's how it is. And I'm not an empath. I'm not a medium. I'm not a psychic. I'm not any of those things. But I do believe that the universe has a way of rewarding us when we do the right things. We can't always do the right things, but we have the ability to make a choice. And when we've made the wrong choice, we can be apologetic. We can truly ask for forgiveness of ourselves and of others and make a different choice. So whatever choice you have made so far in your life today, please go ahead and think about how you can change it. And by the way, I'd like to just make a comment. Someone just said poor dentistry, too much lower teeth. Guess what? And I'm just going to address this, which I normally don't do. I've had no dentistry. I have had no dentistry. I have no fillings, no cavities, no braces, nothing. So to my friend, IRAP21, you are no longer going to be watching our programs, because I don't need that negativity. Look at your own teeth and look at your own life and figure out what you can do. All right. On that note, my friends, I am ending on a positive note, which is, don't let negative people come into your life. Don't put up with it. Set boundaries. That person's just been banned from our network. Goodbye. And think about what it is that you have in your life that's positive and how you can help other people. Okay, when you help other people, it will come back to you. When you find ways to give gratitude and set boundaries like I just did, you'll feel good about your choices. You have all the power you need. You have all the control that you need. Just make a conscious decision to go in that direction and take the tasks that you have on your plate and just accept them as they are. They're tasks. You have to get them done. We all have things that we don't want to get done, but we just do them because we get to do them. All right, I'm going to share with you a slide. If you have not done so far, please do consider going over to our YouTube channels, USA Global TV and Radio and Dr. Jacalyn KERBECK. We would love to have you as part of our community. It would mean so much. We have over 60 shows. We're in 3 different countries. And 60 different countries in 3 different languages, German, French, and English. If you would like to be on one of our TV shows, we'd love to have you as our guest. So please go over to our website, usaglobaltv.com, and book your session. If you'd like to connect directly with me, you can go to my LinkedIn, which is Dr. Jacalyn KERBECK, MBA, DBA, and you can go ahead and follow me or send me a connection request. All right, I'm going to thank you so much for being here. I'm also going to share my Facebook if you'd like to join me here. It's Dr. Jacalyn KERBECK, and here it is. So you're more than welcome to join me here as well. All right, thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. We're going to go over to our sponsors, and we will be back with our next program. Stay tuned for that. Bye for now.
Get ready to wear the brand that's changing the world of media. Introducing the official USA Global TV and Radio online store. From our TV show hosts to our incredible global guests, you asked, we delivered. Rep your appearance with pride. Whether you've been on air, hosted a show, or tuned in, we have something just for you. Visit us at usaglobaltvradiosshop.myspreadshop.com and start shopping today. Check back frequently. We're dropping fresh new designs all the time. Showcase your role in our global community. These designs celebrate your voice, your story, your presence. It's more than just merchandise. It's a movement of hope, inspiration, education, and elevated listening. Head to usaglobaltvradiosshop.myspreadshop.com. Your spotlight awaits. USA Global TV and Radio. Elevate your style. Elevate the world.
What if one simple skill could change the way you connect with the world? What if listening could open doors to deeper relationships, stronger businesses, and a better you? Dr. Jacalyn KERBECK, the Listening Mentor, brings you USA Global TV and Radio, a space where voices are heard, ideas are shared, and global communities thrive. Through the elevated listeners' courses and books, you'll master the power of listening, set boundaries with confidence, and transform conversations into opportunities. Join us. Listen, learn, elevate. Whether you're a leader, a coach, a business owner, or someone seeking stronger connections, your journey starts today. Subscribe, learn, and transform today.
Is it true? Is it kind? Is it necessary? In a world quick to judge, one book dares to reveal the hidden cost of silence. Discover Holy but Harmful, The Silent Sin of Judgment, How Hidden Judgments Destroy Relationships and Damage Lives by Dr. Jacalyn KERBECK. The Amazon #1 bestseller that's transforming the way we understand ourselves and the way we see others. Pick up the companion workbook to uncover your own hidden judgments and learn how to break free from them. Available now on Amazon and at fine bookstores worldwide.
Thank you, viewers and listeners of USA Global TV and Radio, for joining us today. We're honoured to have your time and attention as part of our global community. At USA Global TV and Radio, we believe in the power of authentic conversations, meaningful connections, and creating a world of possibilities together. Want to be part of something bigger? Join our team of elevated listeners at usaglobaltv.com, a space where your voice matters and your ability to listen transforms relationships. Stay connected with us across all our platforms for thought-provoking discussions, expert insights, and empowering stories. Subscribe to our channels at youtube.com/c/USAGlobalTV. Follow us on social media and explore the endless opportunities we're creating for growth, learning, and inspiration. Together, we're not just broadcasting, We're building bridges and changing lives one conversation at a time. For inquiries, contact us at info@usaglobaltv.com. Produced by Executive Producer and Director Dr. Jacalyn KERBECK. Voiceover by Mike Porter. Creative Direction by Paul Garcia. All rights reserved. Visit usaglobaltv.com to view our full terms and conditions.